Why are we here? How can we be happy? These are questions I've been curious about since a very young age. I'm your host, Anna Goldstein, and this is the Profit with Purpose show. I believe we have the answers within us, but somewhere along the way, we stop trusting ourselves. I'm interviewing top entrepreneurs, healers, and change makers about mindfulness strategies and practical tools to help you carve your path. Join me as you reconnect with your heart and live courageously so that we make the world a better place. Welcome back, Purpose Seekers. This is episode number 189, and today I will be sharing the first couple of pages of chapter number 2, Befriend Your Fear. And if you haven't listened to chapter 1, the sneak peek of the first couple of pages, go back and listen to the last podcast. Chapter 1 is the voice in your head. So if you've been reading the book, it's really nice to hear it in audio format. And if you haven't picked up the book, go right now to annagoldstein.com, click on my book, and it will take you right to the Amazon link to order it now. But I think it's also really nice for me to share the audio, a little glimpse of it. So I hope you're enjoying it. And I would love for you to write me a review on Amazon. It's really helpful for me. I try to give as much as I can, but reviews are really helpful. So if you can go to Amazon and write me a review, that would be awesome. I'd be super grateful for that. So thanks so much and enjoy chapter 2. Chapter 2, Befriend Your Fear. Usually we think that brave people have no fear. The truth is, they are intimate with fear. Pema Chodron. The number one thing that stops us from being truly confident is fear, but it is how you respond to fear that can allow you to grow. The idea is not to try to remove fear, but to welcome it and turn toward it. It's important not to think fear is bad or wrong, that you shouldn't be fearful, or that you should be naturally courageous. Safety is a basic need, and we want to learn how to feel safe enough to bet on ourselves, go after our dreams, take risks, and leap into the unknown. What makes confident people different is that they feel fear and take action anyway. They don't wait until fear is absent to take action. Learning to act in spite of your fear is essential for building confidence. We all experience fear. On some level, we all recognize our vulnerability. We are afraid of loss, pain, and getting hurt. Everyone has their own path and lessons to learn. No matter their title or what they have accomplished, there is no escaping the human experience of fear. Recognizing that fear is a human emotion stops you from putting others on pedestals and therefore making yourself smaller in comparison. Fear has a useful purpose, to protect you. But you need to differentiate between fear that warns you because of a truly dangerous situation and the fear of doing something new and expansive that is helpful for your growth. Fear can propel you to take positive action because you are afraid of a negative consequence. The confidence myth. We are taught that to become confident, we need to toughen up so that we appear strong. We think being strong and confident means being stoic, unafraid, and consistently brave. Someone might be very social and friendly and appear to be loved in all situations. However, deep down, this might be a facade to cover insecurities about being liked and loved. The myth tells us that confidence is fearless, and we judge ourselves as lacking because we have fears. We feel that vulnerability is a weakness. But if we are too rigid and we let life experiences harden our hearts, we become limited and closed off. The idea is to be able to be courageous enough to not hide behind a facade and to be open to whatever arises. The way to confidence is to continuously befriend ourselves, no matter what happens, in a genuine and loving way. Loving yourself unconditionally means being able to be with yourself even when you feel weak and afraid. This is how confidence is built. Real confidence means we can sit with our vulnerability, be kind and compassionate, and not harden ourselves into something we're not. When we can be soft, we can really lean into the depth of our hearts and help others do the same. Confidence through failure. Most of us grew up learning that failure is quote-unquote bad. We have the general understanding that we should do well in school and not get quote-unquote bad grades. Our culture doesn't teach us to normalize how to deal with setbacks, sadness, or disappointment, so we grow up internalizing it. When we internalize failure, we let it dictate our behavior. We might say, for example, I screwed that up, I should never try that again. Failure can come with great benefits. Through failure, you recognize your strength. I survived. Through failure, you recognize resilience. I am resilient. Applying what you learn through failure encourages personal and professional growth. Moving through life with a sense of resilience and the ability to bounce back after failure inspires confidence for bigger challenges. Anyone who has ever achieved their dreams failed at them first. Why do you fear failure? You fear failure because you don't think you can handle losing love, connection, money, or your reputation. It's often not the actual failure itself that creates the fear, but the anticipation of experiencing some kind of loss. This is essentially what it means to worry, to anticipate future suffering. We think, what if something goes wrong? How will I survive? The greatest risk is not taking risk. It is through failure that we learn the greatest lessons life can teach us. Every letdown is feedback that can lead you towards achievement. All right. Well, I hope you like the beginning of chapter 2. The idea is to really get to know fear, to face it, to embrace it, to not run from it, or even be afraid of the fear, so that you can move towards things that are expansive for your life, for your growth, for your business, for your family, and move through what might have stopped you in the past. So what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? And I want you to think about that and take action towards that. Just one small action towards something that you would do if you knew you couldn't fail. If you like this podcast, please share it with your friends and family and write a review. It keeps this podcast going. Questions? Email me at info@annagoldstein.com. Remember to carve your path and be kind to someone today.